Dear students, in this class we will be studying about electronic configuration of transition elements. This is the periodic table which we have seen in the previous class. In this periodic table, 118 elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number, which was done by Henry Moseley. He has classified 118 elements into four different blocks, which are nothing but S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. He has classified on the basis of electronic configuration. If the differentiating electron enters into S orbital of the atom, those elements are kept in S block elements. If the differentiating electron enters into P orbital of the atom, those elements are kept as P block elements. If the differentiating electron enters into the D orbital of the atom, those are kept in D block. In a similar way, if the differentiating or valence electron enters into F orbital, those are kept as F block elements. In the previous semester, you have studied the properties of S and P block elements. In this semester, you will be studying D and F block elements. In order to understand the properties of these elements, we should know electronic configuration of the element. That's why you should follow some rules to fill the electron. We will just recall those rules and we will fill the electron for simple elements. The first rule for filling of electron is Aufbau principle. The next rule is N plus L rule. Third rule is Hund's rule. The fourth rule is Pauli's exclusion principle. These are the four different rules for filling of electrons. Aufbau principle says that the filling of electron must be from lower energy level to higher energy level. It says like this. In order to find out the energy of different orbitals, we will apply N plus L rule, where N is the principal quantum number, L is the azimuthal or subsidiary quantum number. The next one is Hund's rule. Hund's rule says that while filling of degenerate orbitals, that means orbitals with the same energy. For example, P orbital is having 3 subshells, which is Px, Py, Pz, and D orbital has 5 subshells like this. These are degenerate orbitals, that means dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. For example, take an element oxygen with the atomic number 8. What is the electronic configuration? 1s2 is the lowest energy level. The next highest energy level is 2s2. Next highest energy level is 2p4. In this way, you have filled. While filling of this p orbital is having 3 subshells, degenerate subshells, which is 2px, 2py, 2pz. While filling of these 4 electrons, you need to fill 1 electron in each orbits like this. The 4s orbital will be paired with the first electron. Like this you need to fill. If you take scandium, that is D block element that we are going to study now, with the atomic number 21. So, what is the electronic configuration of scandium by applying Aufbau rule and N plus L rule? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, After this 3p, electron will not go to 3d orbital, which is having higher energy when compared to 4s orbital, which was given by this n plus L rule. That's why electron will move to 4s orbital with 2 electrons. Then the remaining 1 electron will be filled in the 3d orbital. In this way, we need to fill. Then what is Pauli's exclusion principle says? Only 2 electrons will be filled in an orbital with an opposite spin. Now we have filled the electronic configuration for scandium with the atomic number 21. If you write the electronic configuration for argon, what happens? Argon with the atomic number 18. That is, if you write it like this, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 10 electrons over, and another 8 electrons will be filled according to Aufbau principle. 3s2, 3p6. This is completely filled orbital. This is the electronic configuration for argon. This electronic configuration is same as that of the electronic configuration of argon. So we can write the electronic configuration for scandium as scandium with atomic number 21 as argon 18, 4s2, 3d 1. This is the simplest form of writing electronic configuration for higher elements. We can shorten our electronic configuration for the higher elements by taking nearest noble gas configuration. In this semester, you will be studying D block elements and F block elements. What are D block elements then? The differentiating electron must enter into the d orbital of an element. Which is the first member of D block elements? Scandium with the atomic number 21. If you write the electronic configuration by using those 4 rules as before, the last electron entering into d orbital. That's why scandium belongs to D block of the periodic table. In the similar way, when we are filling electronic configuration, when we are distributing electron for these elements from 21 to 112, the electrons will be placed in the d orbital. That's why these elements are called as D block elements. In the similar way, cerium to lutetium and thorium to lawrencium, the last valence electron will be in the f orbital. In this class, you will be studying the electronic configuration of these D block elements. Before this, these D block elements varies from group number 3 to group number 12. So here we have a S block and here we have a P block. So the D block elements are placed in between S and P block elements because these S block elements are metallic in nature, whereas in the case of P block elements, these are metalloids or non-metals. Properties of these D block elements varies from S and P block elements. That's why these are also called as transition elements. Here we have these transition elements are placed in the group number 4, 5, 6 and 7. The first 4D period is known as first transition series, and the second one, which is varying from 39 to 48, is known as second transition series. 57, after that 58 to lutetium will be placed in F block elements. 72 to 80 will be placed in the third transition series. Similarly, Actinium, after that 90th element will be placed in F block elements. 104 to 112 will be placed in 4th transition series. As I said before, properties of the D block elements varies from S block to P block elements. That's why these are called as transition elements. When we are writing electronic configuration, the D block elements are not completely filled in the case of transition elements. You can see here from scandium to orbital, because scandium is taking only one electron, and up to copper there will be a partially filled d orbital. If you write the electronic configuration for the d block elements, you will come to know that these elements will be having partially filled d orbitals. Partially means incompletely filled d orbital, either in the elemental state or in the ionic state. Ionic means oxidized state. Except there are three elements which don't have partially filled d orbital either in the elemental state or in the ionic state, which are also placed in the 12th group of the periodic table, which are zinc, cadmium and mercury. These are the three elements which are kept in the 12th group, which do not have partially filled d electrons. These are also kept in the D block elements because to make us easy to study all the elements of the periodic table. Why do we want to study these elements means these elements have various applications in our daily life. That's why we need to understand the properties of these D block elements so that we can use these elements in a better way. Properties of these elements depending on their atomic number, that is number of electrons in a particular element. So in order to understand these elements in a better way, we must learn about the electronic configuration of the elements. So these are the elements of the first transition series. If you want to write the electronic configuration, as I said before, you can see here the scandium with the atomic number 21. If you fill the electronic configuration like this, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d1. This is the electronic configuration of scandium. So it will be too lengthy. That's why we can take the nearest noble gas configuration, which is argon with the atomic number 18. You can see if you write the electronic configuration of argon, which is similar and which will be placed like this. So you can replace this electronic configuration with the argon 18, 4s2, 3d1 like this. You can write. So for the 3D series, the nearest noble gas is argon. That's why we have taken argon 18 electrons. And the next 3 electrons will be filled in the valence orbitals, that is 4s and 3d. By using the Aufbau principle, 4s orbital will be having lower energy when compared to 3d. That's why 4s orbital will take electrons first than 3d orbital. So shall we start writing electronic configuration for these elements? The first element is argon 18, 4s2 I have written, and 3d1. The next element is titanium 22, argon 18 plus 2, 22, 3d, another 2 electrons will be in the d orbital. Vanadium with the atomic number 23, 4s will take 2 electron, argon 18 plus 4s2, total number of electrons filled is 20, another 3 electron, 21, 22 and 23 will be in the 3D orbital. In the similar way, if you are writing the electronic configuration for chromium, argon 18, 4s2, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. This is what you expect, but this is not true in the case of chromium because of the off-filled and full-filled electronic configuration is more stable. I will tell the reason for the stability of full-filled and off-filled electronic configuration in this class later. But the actual observed configuration is 4s2 will take only 1 electron, then the remaining 5 electrons will be filled in the d orbital, 3D orbital. Argon 18, 4s, 1, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 electrons will be in the d orbital. So, you can observe here the d orbital is exactly off-filled and s orbital also off-filled. That's why it gets more stability. In a similar way, if we fill the electronic configuration for manganese, argon 18, 4s2 20 electron, another 5 electrons will be filled according to Hund's rule, like this. So, this is off-filled and it is also completely filled, which is more stable. In the similar way for iron, which is argon 18, 4s2 20, another 6 electrons according to Hund's rule, 1 electron in each orbital should be filled, then the pairing of electron will take place. Next element is cobalt with the atomic number 27, argon 18, 4s2 20 electron, another 7 electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 electron, like this. For nickel, argon 18, 4s2 20 electron, another electrons will be placed in 3D orbital, like this, 7, 8. Understood? For copper, you will expect argon 18, 4s2, another 9 electrons have to be placed in 3D orbital, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here you can see this is not off-filled, this is full-filled. But if the 1 electron comes here, then that will be completely filled. That is 4s orbital will take 1 electron, another remaining 10 electrons will be filled in 3D orbital, so that it will acquire completely filled electronic configuration and which is off-filled. 4s is off-filled electronic configuration which gets extra stability. Zinc, argon 18, 4s2 20, another 10 electrons will be filled according to Aufbau principle, n plus l rule, Hund's rule, Pauli's exclusion principle, 9, 10, like this. This is the electronic configuration of 3D series. This is argon 18, 3D1, 4s2, 3d2, 4s2. This is the valence shell electronic configuration that I have written here. Here I am representing complete electronic configuration of these elements. Electronic configuration. You may observe that 3D orbital is the inner orbital when compared to 4s orbital. So the last valence electrons are entering into inner d orbital. So this is the outer orbital. This is known as 3D series because the last valence electrons are entering into 3D inner orbital. In a similar way, if you fill the electronic configuration for 4D series, then the outer orbital will be 4D and 5s, like this. We will fill the electrons for the 4D series now. So 4D series varies from yttrium to cadmium with the atomic number 39 to 48. So the expected configuration So we need to consider the nearest noble gas configuration, which is krypton 36, and this is the 4D series, and this one is the 5s orbital. So 36, after that 5s will take electron, because 5s will be having lower energy when compared to 4D orbital. 36 plus 2 electrons, that is will be 38 electrons, and 39th electron will be in 4D orbital. The similar way, if you write the electronic configuration for zirconium, 5s will take 2 electrons, and the other 2 electrons will be in 4D orbital. Niobium with the atomic number 41, this is what we expect. 5s2 38 39 40 41, which is not true because of the off-filled and full-filled. One of the orbital will be off-filled if the electron enters into this 4D orbital. That means 5s orbital will take only 1 electron, another 4 electrons will be in the 4D orbital. In the similar way, for molybdenum with the atomic number 42, we have krypton 36 plus 2 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. This is what we expect. If this electron will if placed here, this will be off filled, and this is also will be off filled. That's why the F5s orbital will take only 1 electron, and another 5 electrons will be placed in 4D orbital like this. For technetium, krypton 36, 5s, 2, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. This is what we expect. This is completely filled, and this will be off filled, which is stable. Ruthenium with the atomic number 44. So 36 plus 2, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43 and 44. This is what we expect. This is not true actually, which will be if the one electron comes and paired with the other electron, this will be off filled like this. So 5s will take only 1 electron, and the remaining 7 electrons will be in 4D orbital 5, 6 and 7. This is what the actual observed configuration. For rhodium with the atomic number 45, krypton 36 plus 2, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. This is what the actual configuration, observed electronic configuration. The next element is palladium with the atomic number 46. This krypton 36 plus 2, 5s2 plus 2, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. This is what we expect. But if these two electrons and comes placed here, this will be fulfilled and this will be empty. As we go down the group, that means 3D to 4D, the size will be increased. There will be a lesser effective nuclear. Charge. That's why this 5s orbital will not take any orbital, that is 5s0, 10 electrons will be placed in 4D orbital like this. And for the silver with the atomic number 47, which is similar to copper configuration. This is what the expected configuration: krypton 36, 5s2, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. If the s electron placed here, this will be fulfilled and this 5s orbital will be off filled. That's why 5s orbital will take only 1 electron, and the remaining electrons will be placed in 4D orbital in order to get extra stability. This is in this way. For cadmium with the atomic number 48, krypton 36, 5s2, 38, another 10 electrons will be in 4D orbital like this. So this is the electronic configuration of 4D series, because the differentiating electron is entering to 4D orbital. That's why these elements are called as 4D series. That means second transition is known as 4D series. You may You can see here the electronic configuration of 4D series. In the similar way, if you write the electronic configuration for 5D series, there will be a filling of electrons to 6s orbital before 5D, because 6s will be having lower energy when compared to 5D orbital. In the similar way, if you write the electronic configuration for 5D series, this is the inner orbital. The outer orbital will be 6s orbital, which will be having lower energy, in energy when compared to 5D orbital. In the similar way, if you fill the electronic configuration for 5D orbital by taking nearest noble gas configuration, that is xenon, that is xenon 54, and 5D is the inner orbital, 6s is the outer orbital. After we'll write the electronic configuration for lanthanum. We will write the electronic configuration for lanthanum now. So xenon 54, 6s2, 56, and the last electron will be in F. The last valence electrons will be in 5D orbital. So after this lanthanum, there are 14 elements, that is cerium to lutetium. So these 14 elements, for these 14 elements, the inner electrons will be entering to F orbital instead of entering to D orbital. After that, again 55, after filling of this F orbital, then again 5D and 6s orbital will take electron. After filling of electrons to lanthanum, for hafnium, the electrons will, before hafnium, that is from cerium to lutetium, 14 electrons will be entering to F orbital, then electrons will be moved to 6s. Again this electrons will come to 5D orbital. This you have to remember. From hafnium, when we are writing electronic configuration for hafnium, you should consider the 14 electrons, inner 14 electrons. That means xenon 54, 4f, 14, 5D and 6s. So 54 plus 14 will be 68. After this 68, 2 electrons will be entering to 6s. 68 plus 2, 70. Another 2 electrons will be placed in 5D orbital, like this. So like this. In the similar way, if you go on writing electronic configuration or distributing electronic configuration, 6s2 with the 2 electrons, 5D with the 3 electrons. In similar way, for tungsten, 6s2, 5D 4. For rhenium, 6s2, 5D 5 with a common inner electronic configuration. Osmium 6s2, and the remaining 6 electrons has to be placed in 5D orbital in this way. For rhodium, 6s2 up to here you will get 70 electron. Another 7 electrons will be placed here in this 5D orbital, like this. For platinum, you will see for platinum you will expect the electronic configuration up to here 70, and 8 electrons should be placed in 5D orbital. This is the exceptional case. as in the case of previous groups. Here this is not the observed electronic configuration, but if this electron comes here, if this electrons comes here, the 6s orbital will be off filled. That's why one electron will be filled in 6s orbital, another 9 electrons will be in 5d orbital like this. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 like this. And for gold with the atomic number 79, so what we expect, 6s2 up to here there will be a 70 electron filled and the 9 electrons should be in 5d orbital like this. So this is not actually true. If the is electron comes and placed here, this will be fulfilled and this will get off filled. That's why this gets extra stability like this, as in the case of chromium and silver. For mercury, which is completely filled with the electrons, in this way you need to write the electronic configuration for the d orbitals. You can observe here the electronic configuration of 5d series. For the first element there is no change, that is xenon 54 5d1 6s2. After this lanthanum there will be addition of 14 electrons to 4f orbital. Then the 6s orbital will take electron, then 5d will be filled. If you carefully observe this electronic configuration of 3d series, that means inner 3d orbital that is 4s can take electrons 1 or 2. So it can take 1 or 2 elements. The inner 3d orbital can take electron from 1 to 10. So it can take electron from 1 to 10 in the case of 3d series. This is the general electronic configuration for 3d series. In the similar way, if you go for 4d series, you may observe here the outer 5s orbital will take 1 or 2 electrons, that means 1 to 2 electrons. The inner 4d electron will take electron from 1 to 10. In all the d block elements, the outer orbital is taking electron from 1 to 2 and inner 5d orbital is taking electron from 1 to 10. So that we can generalize this, write this outer orbital as ns1 to 2. The n minus the previous orbital can be written as n minus 1d10, which can take electron from 1 to 10. So we can generalize the electronic configuration as n minus 1d orbital can take electron from 1 to 10 and outer ns orbital can take electron from 1 to